I raise my thoughts to infinite wisdom, the highest plane of life, to see omnipotence displayed before us, and bear witness that there is but one, Allah, the author, the creator, the governor of the world, the almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible. That God that's called by many names, by many natures, but we know him as the rootless root, the causeless cause, and the rootless root from which all things have grown. We give honor to all of our ancestors, who we are without a doubt or contradiction. We give honor to all the prophets, to Jesus, Muhammad, Confucius, Buddha, and Confucius, and to all of the divine prophets. We give honor, high honors, to the prophet that thought manifested, love manifested in flesh. And that is what I call our map, as a pun for our Moorish American prophet, Prophet Noble Jew Ali. Give honor to his forerunner, Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, and I like to give him his attributes as a Bey. So I say Marcus Messiah Garvey Bey. You say Islam. And give honor to the one grand body, because there's only one in reality.
That's right.
The Moorish Science Temple of America, the uniting of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Give honor to this temple, Temple 19. Its Grand Governor, its Assistant Grand Governor, its Chairman, and all of the administrative staff here at Temple 19. And to the Moorish Vanguard. And to Temple 19 is special to me because of that number 19. Said 19 is over, right? I think that has many significance. So we give honor to Temple 19. And give honor to our flag of our birth, which is representative of our government that we established and founded, and to our descent flag, the Moorish flag that represents love, true peace, freedom, and justice. I say Islam. And to you, our nobility of eels and bays. Islam? Did I forget anything?
No, sir.
Islam. To all things pertain to Islam. Islam? I'm elated to be able to perform one of our missionary acts.
Yes, sir.
To stand before you and share with you about the Prophet and what he came to share with us. And if you don't mind, we're going to go to first of all, a measure, I don't know what it is in the Moorish literature, but it's Savior of Humanity.
Page 8.
It's page 8. If anyone needs a copy, is one coming around. On page 8, is that right? But it has it, say Islam. Good hearing the children bear witness. All right, it says, in this electrified age, and everybody knows this is the electrified age. Islam, a lot of us know it's this age of Aquarius, right?
Yes, sir.
And it says, in this electrified age, men are racing into this life without complete knowledge of where they are going. And one thing about this electrified age, and Aquarius, you may know, is a key word. Each sign has a key word. And that key word represents knowledge for Aquarius. And the complement of that, which is so important, is Leo. Am I right? And that key word represents I will. See, it's no good just to have knowledge and not a will. Am I right? You got to have a will to manifest that knowledge, right? So here we say, in this electrified age, men are racing into this life without complete knowledge of where they are going or what the end will be, when riches seem to be their only pursuit, to be obtained anyway and at any cost. Doesn't that sound like today?
That's not.
People without knowledge of themselves, right? It said, when selfishness, avarice, greed, and lust dominate their very being, when humanity in general is left at the mercy of those who have no mercy in them. All we got to do is look at today's news, right? That's what's happening right now.
That's right.
No one has mercy at all, and the very thing that makes a nation fall is that greed, right? Is a lack of their humanity. And we're talking about what? Savior of humanity, am I right? Say, it is truly wonderful and astounding to see one come into this mad human drama for the sole purpose of saving humanity, losing all sight on things worldly and yielding absolutely to a cause higher than has ever yet been attained. This picture is the likeness of Prophet Noble Jew Ali, who is serving humanity, coming as he does with a message for the nations in somewhat the same manner as did Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and other prophets of their day. Only the things of this prophet's day differ from the ills of the days of the past. There's a big difference, isn't it?
That's right.
Than the ills of the past. Because most people don't have a knowledge of who they are.
That's right.
When we talk about our people, right?
That's right.
And we lost not only the sense of who we are, we've lost our very divinity, which is the core essence of who we are.
That's right.
Islam?
Islam.
See, because when we talk about nationality, it has a great reference to not only our connection with our ancestors, but also our connection with our God, with the great God Allah.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's right.
Even in nationality, the root goes back to nature, doesn't it? Nature, right? To the gods. So there's a deep connection there, and we're suffering from some of these ills. But yet, check this out. Yet, the remedy for these ills of today is about the same as the remedies of the days of the past. All turning about the pivot, love. I like that when it says, all turning about the pivot, love. No matter where you turn, it's all about love.
Islam.
It's that love in this wood, a love for humanity. So let's check that out. You know, we have to be prepared, because one of the things that I do on my radio program at WRG, just a shameless plug, huh? 89.3 FM, WRG. I talk about the witch doctor. You know, some people know me as the witch doctor. You know, it's like, which doctor do you need? I feel, and I always say we always weave in spells, because with words we do spell, right? You feel what I'm saying? So we're always what? Spelling. Because with words we do spell. Now, as a result of that, you know, witch doctors are always about a remedy. And quiet as it's kept, the remedy has to deal with that original thought. And the thought is the cause of it all, isn't it?
It's not.
And so we must be prepared to determine, as our brother chairman was saying, about a mindset, because love is a mindset. So let's look at how those that were going into understanding how to administrate the remedies, because we all need to know how to administrate the remedy, right?
Islam.
How do we administrate this love? Well, we're given the lessons according to the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet Noble Jew Ali. And you notice that in chapter 1, I call it chapter I, the creation and fall of man, it says, the thoughts of Allah are the everlasting of the past unto the never ending of days to come. Let me just talked about, right? The remedy.
That's right.
So it's timeless. And so man, the spirit man, but man, like every other thought of Allah, because man is a thought of Allah,
That's right.
was but a seed that held within itself the potencies of Allah. Isn't that good news?
That's right.
To me, that's the gospel,
Praise God.
right?
That's right.
If you know that you had the potencies of Allah, your Father God Allah. If we only knew that, right? But just as a seed of any plant of earth holds deep within itself the attributes of every part of that special plant, so spirit man was a seed of Allah held deep within himself the attributes of every part of Allah. Now seeds are perfect, yeah, as perfect as the source from which they come, but they are not unfolded into life made manifest. The child is as perfect as the mother is, so man, the seed, must be deeply planted in a soil that he might grow. And listen to that word soil. A soil that it may grow and unfold. The seed won't unfold until it's put in the soil, am I right?
That's right.
The soil is the foundation for that seed to grow and be all that it can be, right? So you're going to see here a relationship with the soil and the soul. Because you know, we talk about the soil being the foundation, right?
That's right.
Without the sole of our feet. Y'all feel that? The soul. So the soul, S-O-L-E, S-O-U-L, S-O-I-L. It's still talking about a foundation. See, it's all in the word sound, right? Carries the same vibration. So as does bud unfold to show the flower, this is when the seed is in the soil. Says the human seed came forth from the heart of Allah, was foreordained to be the what? Lord of the plane of soul. That's our inheritance. That's what we're called to be, the Lord of the plane of soul and the plane of things manifested. I don't know about y'all, but that makes me feel good that just to know that we are here actually to unfold to be the Lord of the plane of soul and what? Manifest. But what is the soul? What are some of the faculties of the soul? We know it as thinking, understanding, reasoning, and willing. Y'all with me on that? Thinking first, right? Because that's where it starts. Thought is the cause of it all. So you're thinking, but then it must be grounded in an understanding. Right? That's the rock that we must stand on, some understanding, right? And then reasoning. And then to will what you've thought, what you understood, what you reasoned, and now you manifest it. That's what you're supposed to be Lord over. But if somebody else is in control of your soul, right, you're going to produce, as a result of someone else's thinking, you gravitated to someone else's thought process, right? Or someone else's what? Understanding. You're going to produce the results of someone else's understanding. Everybody with me? So in conclusion here, look what it just goes to show some things in chapter 2, where it all starts and why the Moorish Science Temple is important. One of the purposes of the Moorish Science Temple is to what? Uplift fallen humanity. But how was Moorish Science Temple to uplift fallen humanity? By teaching us to be ourselves. Not no one else, but ourselves. So look here, we're given the formula right here in chapter 2. It says the education of Mary and Elizabeth in Zone, Egypt. And that represents like the subconscious. This is where Mary, Elizabeth had to go. And Mary, all the time, when you think about the women, this is representing the soul. You ever notice that the nature of the soul always represents like the feminine aspect, right? So here is showing us what we must do is to go in the deeper aspect of our subconscious mind. And we must educate, we must train our subconscious mind. That's where our deepest thoughts are. And what is it about the soul when we think about women? Women had that feeling nature, right? They were real in touch, intuitive and feeling, right? All of us had the women inside of us. In fact, for the males, we started out female. Y'all know that, right? We just went a little bit more. But we still had that feeling nature, and we have to connect with our sisters, our women, to really even appreciate that. Because we were brought up by our mothers, right? So the more that we connect with our feelings, because I'm going to tell you something I've been working with. Thoughts and feelings equal results. Can y'all relate to that? The seed in the soil, see, the soil is the feeling. Y'all with me? You had the thought, which is the seed, and then the coming about of it. Now, just listen, you ever hear somebody with if you have a thought of feeling wealthy, right? A thought of being wealthy, but you don't feel wealthy. You're not going to get a result, are you? But we always have, people had this thought of being healthy, but then they have a feeling of being sick, right? Many of the commercials end up coming at us, telling us, you know, this season right now, you're supposed to get a what? A cold, flu, you start sneezing. All these things are being introduced into the subconscious mind, right? The feel. So you start to feel it, and then you produce it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's about the feeling. And what this is telling us, as we go over to number 17, it says, you have Elihu and Salome telling Mary and Elizabeth, just to give you that background. And he says, and you must teach your sons and set their souls on fire with love and holy zeal. See, what is that? The holy zeal is that enthusiasm.
That's right.
It's that love. It's that feeling. So it takes feeling to go along with the thought of love. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a part because it says, teach. You must teach your sons, set their souls on fire with love and holy zeal. Then it says what? Teach them that Allah and man are one, but that through carnal thoughts, words and deeds, man tore himself and debased himself. Teach. Notice it keeps saying teach, right? But this is the purpose of the Moorish Science Temple, to do what? Teach you to be yourself. Teach that the holy breath will make them one again, restoring harmony and peace, as the brother chairman was talking about, right? This is what we want restored. But that naught can make them one, but what? Love. That Allah so loved the world that he clothed his son in flesh that man can comprehend. So, as I turn the meeting back over, remember, it is that love, because naught can make them one again. But love. So it's the love that we have for each other. It's the love. In fact, more etymologically means love. Y'all heard it in my Cherie? More. So when you're being taught to be who you are, you're being taught to be what? Love. So be the love, y'all.
Yes.